afternoon and welcome to First Financial Biz Beat, presented by the Business Courier. I'm Kyla Woods. Today we're honoring the Tri-State's healthcare heroes. On the front page centerpiece this week, Inspired to Lead, Sister Doris Gottemiller is the Courier's 2020 Lifetime Achievement winner. Sister Gottemiller spearheaded the creation of the Bon Secours Mercy Health Hospital System. It started by bringing together 11 hospitals in 1986, and now it's the 5th largest Catholic system in the United States, employing 60,000 people. Sister Gottemiller says the growth is great, but it's their charity care policies that mean the most to her.
We have become more attuned to the social determinants of health and reaching out into the communities and neighborhoods in which we serve in order to contribute to the alleviation of poor housing, poor access to food, poor education. All of those things help determine a person's health status.
Sister Gottemiller is one of several healthcare heroes profiled in this week's edition of the Courier. And there you can read about all of them and the time Sister Doris dined with the Pope. Cincinnati Mayor John Cranley's proposed budget has no layoffs or furloughs, but the city may borrow $25 million to help cover the $70 million shortfall. The proposal also freezes raises and cost of living increases for non-union members, sets up an early retirement incentive plan for 500 employees, and keeps the streetcar but without passengers.
This budget is about growth, small business support, civil rights, and better public health. Our city's renaissance will not overcome the pandemic if we just batten down the hatches and wait it out.
There's also a $1 million investment in the Urban League, and total funding is restored to the Citizens Complaint Authority. There are 2 hearings on the budget next week. Almost all of Ohio and Indiana has reopened. Movie theaters, museums, and playgrounds all back in business. So too is one of the most anticipated destinations, the Cincinnati Zoo. Zoo director Thane Maynard told us on this show last week the zoo was ready to go, and they rolled out the red carpet for season pass holders.
It was so awesome.
Oh, it was kind of fun. It was, you know, the victory lap that we're finally open.
A few things, of course, are different nowadays, including capacity, and you can't just show up. You'll need to reserve a pass online. The zoo will be open to the general public starting on Wednesday. Theme parks and casinos can open next week, but Kings Island has decided to wait it out a bit. The park will open to season pass holders July 2nd and everyone else July 12th. And just like the zoo, you'll need to make a reservation. There will be health checks at the entrance, but the big difference is you'll have to wear a mask. UC students will be returning to campus for the fall semester. The plan is very similar to both Xavier and Miami. A mix of in-person and virtual classes will start in late August. Students will be home by Thanksgiving, where they will finish the semester online, finals included. Dining halls will be socially distanced, and there will be carry-out options. It appears Macy's will avoid bankruptcy. The Fortune 500 company secured about $4.5 billion of financing to help repay its debt. That includes $1.3 billion it previously raised through a debt offering for 5-year senior secured notes. Some of its stores have begun reopening after all of them were shut down because of the pandemic. The virus delayed the grand opening of Cincinnati's newest hotel by a few months, but the Lytle Park Hotel is finally open, and the man behind it says it's an iconic addition to downtown. Western and Southern CEO John Barrett tells Courier reporter Tom Demoropoulos what makes it so special.
So you are at the Lytle Park Hotel, and just wanted to ask you, what will the Lytle Park Hotel do for the immediate surrounding area, as well as the broader city of Cincinnati?
I think it's a shot in the arm for both. It's a hotel and restaurant space like no other, and it's just beautiful. You don't think you're in Cincinnati. A vision of things like this, it's very hard to tell people how things will be. They have to see it. And Cincinnati's a tire-kicking city like no other, so they really have to see it, and everything's got to be in and working, not from plans, not from drawings, but they got to see it.
Why is the Lytle Park Hotel an important addition to the park area?
Well, the park is aged, and it's about to be redone in total, and there's nothing like it around. So it's not just a downtown hotel, it's a hotel on a park. And it feels different from a regular hotel. It's going to be great. And I think once the world settles down from this COVID thing, this will be a very, very coveted spot to go to relax, read the paper outside in the park, have a meal or drink here. And as you know, as Cincinnati grows and grows, and hopefully it will, more and more people will be in the downtown area. And in downtowns, you need parks. You need vest pocket or bigger, but people need to see some green, feel some green, maybe even take their shoes off and touch some green. But this park will have it all.
So, Mr. Barrett, why has Western and Southern decided to make this investment in this portion of downtown Cincinnati? What is it about that area that is important to you and your company?
It's broader than just this area of downtown Cincinnati. And we purchased the old Guilford School, totally renovated it. We purchased the what was the Phelps apartment house, which was really in rough shape. We had a wonderful partnership with Weingartner Hammonds, the hotel guys, and we talked them into turning the Phelps into a hotel. They thought we were crazy. Downtown was never going to be that good. And it turned into the most successful hotel they were ever associated with. Then we did the roofs on the top of the Phelps, which became a monstrous hit, both of them. And we just kept doing stuff. And then we built Queen City Square, which, as you know, is fully leased and a great success. But that brought life back to downtown. Our office buildings were getting old. We needed to do something about them. And so it helped. But what we didn't have on the east side of downtown were good hotels. And over here, you've got Procter & Gamble, you've got the atriums, you've got tons of stuff, tons of people. These guys were all hoteling away from the area. So we decided we'd try a hotel. Our Phelps Hotel worked out exceptionally well. And then from that, we had the vision of the Anne Louise Inn, Earl's Building, merge those two and create a new boutique hotel. And boy, did these guys do a good job. Hats off to all the people involved. They did a wonderful job. It's special. So I think what's happening is we agreed to renovate the park as a gift to the city, because if you're going to have people staying in your hotels or living in the area, having a park nearby, especially on after hours, is just the best. And so people really do like to use this park. And that new park will be spectacular when it's finally ready. It's going to have a rubberized quarter-of-a-mile running or walking track that'll work its way around. It won't just be an oval. It'll work its way around the edges of the park. It's going to have like 30 brand new trees, a very nice water feature, and also Abe Lincoln will be moved closer to 4th Street so that he can be viewed. When Abe was put where he was put, 4th Street was a two-way street, so people saw him on their way home at night. Now they can't see him because the foliage has grown up. So it'll be a much bigger feature of the park. I think all in all, everybody wins.
Yes. Well, Mr. Barrett, I really appreciate your time here today talking about the new hotel, and congratulations on the opening, and looking forward to getting up there and checking out the space myself.
We've got a seat for you.
Excellent. Thank you. Kyla, back to you.
Thanks so much, Tom. Well, still to come on First Financial Biz Beat, a Cincinnati native creates an app to help stop the coronavirus from spreading. We'll show you how it works. And congratulations to Emily Pan, the vice managing partner of Voris, Seymour, Sater, and Pease, is another one of our 40 Under 40 honorees. Marge Schott's name will no longer be associated with St. Ursula Academy. A science wing was named after the late Reds owner, and the school's soccer field was named after her dog. But her racist and anti-Semitic past made for a unanimous decision.
I have received really wonderful personal emails and texts and phone calls from our alums, past parents who have really expressed a concern, and furthermore experiences that they had just walking into that building based on life experiences. And we felt that it was time to have further conversation.
Meantime, the petition to remove Schott's name from UC's baseball field has nearly 9,000 signatures. The university has not made a decision. Major League Soccer is back July 8th. All 26 clubs are guaranteed at least 3 games in the tournament in Orlando. All matches will be without fans at ESPN's Wide World of Sports at Walt Disney World. This means MLS will be the first men's professional sports league back in North America, and that was a big incentive to a league hoping to gain fans, being the only game in town. As businesses reopen and people get back to work, contact tracing is becoming more and more important. A Cincinnati native developed new technology to help. Xavier grad Lawrence Griffith is the founder of Digital Factory. He created Dwell, an app enhancement that measures where you spend your time and how long you stay in those spots. That information is crucial for health professionals as they try to stop the spread of the coronavirus.
At the end of the summer, when folks are spending more time inside, we are going to see a spike. Hopefully we'll have a vaccine by then, but vaccine or not, it's going to be really important for us to really begin to understand where people are dwelling and where they're spending their time.
Griffith's company can also use microfencing to alert people within a certain area about health risks. Well, 3CDC's had quite a year, and maybe not in the way that anyone ever expected. Courier Market Engagement Director Kelly Snyder spoke with 3CDC's Joe Rudemiller about the year so far and what's to come.
Thanks so much, Kyla. Joe, thanks for being with us today. So 3CDC is doing a lot right now. Can you tell us what you're doing to help businesses in response to COVID?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. First off, Kelly, I'm really happy to be here with you. So we actually came at this from kind of 3 different angles. First, we felt like these businesses who were going to be closed needed some help on the expense side. So we went to our 78 retail and restaurant tenants, and we forgave their rent for 3 months. April, May, and June, we expected no rent payments. We felt like that would help them focus on their business instead of worrying about that expense. Secondly, we initiated the Cincy Card Connection program, which was a gift card matching program. And we essentially raised money and asked the community to buy gift cards to downtown businesses, and we would match them dollar for dollar when they did that. So we managed to raise $650,000 through that program that went directly to these businesses, all downtown businesses. About 280 businesses benefited, and they really needed that injection and that cash infusion to get them through this. And then finally, we worked with the city to do some expanded outdoor dining. So as soon as the governor allowed us to open up the economy and let restaurants start to welcome folks back, we worked with the city to add some expanded outdoor dining. A lot of the restaurants downtown have such a small footprint inside. It's not really conducive to safe social distancing within eating. So we put up some barriers, we helped them get through that, and now there's about 20 locations downtown where we've taken over parking lanes or slightly closed down streets in certain areas to expand that dining and allow these restaurants to have a larger customer base.
Sure. So tell us about the affordable housing projects underway.
Yeah, so we've just started on our Perseverance project, which we're collaborating with Over the Rhine Community Housing on. We're going to bring 32 units of affordable housing on the 1500 block of Vine Street. And so that's also going to have about 6,700 square feet of street level commercial space. And we're really excited about that. And then the other project we're working on, Wilkeman, is set to break ground a little bit later, July or so. And that's going to be at 4 scattered sites, and that'll bring on 69 units of affordable housing along with 94 units of market rate housing. So that's a $50 million project, 4 different sites. We're working on it with Model Group. We're really excited about both of those projects and trying to increase the affordable housing in over the Rhine.
That's great. So last question. I know that some of the programs have been on hold. So what are you doing to bring events and such back to Washington Park and Fountain Square?
Well, we're doing things kind of slowly but surely in a cautious way and following all the safety guidelines and guidance. So right now we've opened the porch at Washington Park, so folks are able to go get a drink and relax in the park. We just today opened the spray ground so children can come, and that's in a contained environment. And then we're hoping to bring back the summer series, which is presented by First Financial Bank later this summer. We're still working through the logistics on that, but we're really excited to bring back some of the fitness classes and hopefully the movie nights and some of the other things that we typically do. Things down at Fountain Square are a little bit slower, and we're not exactly sure on the timing. we're going to be cautious, but we're really trying to safely activate these spaces and allow people to come down and enjoy them in a safe and responsible way.
Well, good. And thank you for everything 3CDC is doing. And thanks again for being here today.
Thank you so much, Kelly and Joe. And still to come on First Financial BizBeat, a pop-up lemonade stand turns a major profit in just 24 hours. But the kids who started it aren't keeping the money. That story and a live interview with one of the owners of Evanston's new coffee house after the break. This movement we're seeing nationwide over racial injustice is inspiring people all over. A local 9-year-old is among those trying to make a difference. Hanson Roger took part in a rally at Alt Park last weekend, and it inspired him to open a small business that would benefit the Black community. That business, a lemonade stand. In 2 days, he raised more than $4,000.
It feels amazing. I feel like I'm really doing a good deed for Black lives. I just really feel proud of myself and feel like I'm doing a good thing.
Oh, a future leader right there. Hanson will hand deliver a check with all the money to Cincinnati's Mass Action for Black Liberation organization. And Taryn Kennebrew knows a thing or two about satisfying your sweet tooth, but her new place in Evanston is not only about eating well, but also about bringing communities together. And she's bringing that vision to life with one of her longtime friends. Taryn joins us now live via Skype to talk about the vision behind Cream and Sugar Coffee House. Thank you for being with us, Taryn.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
One half of Cream and Sugar.
Yeah, well, we're so happy to have you representing you and your partner today. So, of course, many people know you from your successful business, Sweet Petite in OTR. And what made you decide to open Cream and Sugar in the Evanston neighborhood?
So my business partner, Crystal Grace, she actually lives in Evanston, and she's lived here basically all of her life. And we decided to put both of our brains together and do something that would impact the Black community, which is the neighborhoods that we both live in. And since this was a coffee shop before, it was really just a perfect place for us to open up a space and be able to take care of people from a food standpoint and from a spiritual standpoint.
Absolutely, and you've gotten such an incredible response to opening. I'm trying to get in there. It was packed when I came, so I have to plan a return visit. But in addition to coffee, what can visitors expect from the Cream and Sugar experience?
So basically, when you come into our place, we do have breakfast items. So we have what we call our breakfast toast, and they're both savory and sweet, and everything's plant-based. So we do use a local bakery, Alice, which is located down in OTR. They supply our 9-grain bread, and then we top them with like peanut butter and bananas, or you can get a rosemary and cranberry goat cheese. And then we also have like a honey pepper goat cheese. They're all so delicious. We also have yogurt bowls with fresh berries and things like that. And then we have salads and pitas, and both of those come in a Mediterranean and a Southwest. So it is all about eating really good food, but making sure you get those vegetables in a really good way.
Oh, we love to hear that. You know, a lot of times you think about a coffee shop or you go to some of these places and it's all sugar, all cake. So I'm glad to hear that we're going to have those healthier options at your particular spot. So for entrepreneurs who might be watching this and wondering about scaling their business empire and opening a second location like what you've done, what have been some of the challenges or even the positives of this second venture for you?
So it's actually, tomorrow will be our first week being open, a full week, and it has been nonstop. When I tell you, Crystal and I have been overwhelmed with the response that we have received. The people have really enjoyed the food. So like right now, I'm here working part of the day. Well, I'll be here actually all day today, but it takes about a good 4 people to run this coffee shop. That is really how busy we are. So we wanted to make sure that we had experienced baristas, and our store manager is that. And so he did a lot of the training for us. And then we came up with the recipes with the help of another chef. And so we're doing everything in-house. And it's just really trying to find our rhythm, right? But we know that that will take a while. So we want, we're kind of sort of overstaffed just so that we can stay on top of things and make sure our customers can get in and out of the door very quickly.
That sounds like a strategy, finding that rhythm. I think so many business owners, have to do that, especially when you're opening a new restaurant or coffee shop. So lastly, for all of us who are coffee lovers, me, what is the must-have beverage at Cream and Sugar?
Oh my gosh. So we have a couple of options. So I'm starting to really get into the bulletproof coffee. So that one to me is really good. And it's good for people who are on a keto diet. It has grass-fed butter and it has coconut oil in, which is really good for your brain. But the texture of it is very creamy, so you still get the same sense as if you were putting cream into your coffee. That one's really good. And then we have a golden milk latte, which is a tea drink, and that has turmeric in it and some other seasonings that's really good for if you're dealing with inflammation. So those would be two of our favorites, but all of our house blend and our Peru are our two popular pour overs, and you can actually purchase those coffees whole grain or ground, and we do it right in store. So it's really, really fresh when you come in.
Woo, so many fantastic options. I can't wait to make it back in, Taryn. Thank you to you and Crystal for bringing this business to our community, and we look forward to continuing to support you.
Absolutely, and I look forward to seeing you. So when you get a chance, you and the family need to come and have some lunch at least.
We will for sure. Thank you, Taryn. Take care.
Thank you.
And thanks to you for joining us for First Financial Biz Beat. Of course, for business news around the clock, make sure you visit CincinnatiBusinessCourier.com. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and be sure to sign up for our daily emails. I'm Kyla Woods. I hope you have a great weekend.